Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and welcome to the well, not really a review, I guess. It's a Q&A. I don't know why I thought it was going to be a review. Probably because I've been doing those a lot lately. But yes, Q&A time. Questions and answers. You submitted questions as a little way to celebrate the over 300 subscriber milestone of this channel. I asked for questions, and I'm going to give you some answers. Fortunately, I only ended up getting about 2 questions, unfortunately, but that's okay, because I have a plan on how we can make this just a little bit more fun. Miitomo! Yes, this strange little app on your phone that you can just ask silly little questions and give silly little answers to your friends. I have it on my phone. I've been playing it way more than I should, so this is a cute little way. This thing is all about questions, so I'm going to get some questions from Miitomo instead. We'll get through the 2 questions that we have here from the subscribers, and then we're going to go right into the silly questions from Miitomo. Alright? Sound good? Okay, first off, let us begin with the first question. The first question we got from subscribers is from the Ravenquick. Congrats on reaching 300 subscribers. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, man. What has been your favorite game series you've done so far? Well, this is a pretty easy question, I have to say. And a very good one. Very good question. But probably the big one that I'm most proud of is the Corpse Party one. I really enjoy that game. I thought my commentary was really fun on that one. It helped I knew the game pretty well by that point. But it was really great to be able to play that game and show off how creepy and how silly it can be at times as well. And I will be doing Book of Shadows for the Halloween season, but that has definitely got to be my favorite. Although I have to say, Resident Evil 4 has been a really fun one to do. Yeah, I love that game a lot, and I feel like because I know the game pretty well, I can commentate a lot better. The big thing about a lot of these games is that I'm always going in blind with the majority of these games, except the ones that I've played before. So a lot of the times I'm trying to think of like what I'm going to commentate on while I'm, seeing the game for the first time, like with Odin's Sphere and such. I don't know the game very well at that point, so I'm learning it as you guys go along, and probably some of you even know and are probably frustrated, like, oh my god, why is she doing so bad? But Resident Evil 4, I've played that multiple times on my PS2. I know that game pretty well. I'm not an expert on it by any chance, but I really know that game pretty well, and I love playing it, and I think I've been having a lot of fun with the commentary for that particular series as well. So probably those are my 2 favorite series I've done thus far in terms of games. It has to be Corpse Party, and now with Resident Evil 4. So definitely check both of those out, because I am very proud of both of those. And for the second question I got out of the subscribers, it comes from Lunchbox Logic, saying, any plans for collaboration videos? Would like to see you play games with friends. Well, that's a very good question, Lunchbox Logic. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, I do eventually plan on doing collabs in the future. Hopefully with this charity live stream that I'm planning, which I'm extending to May 1st. This week is not good. Sunday's not going to be a good one, but for that, I want to try and get a Cards Against Humanity thing going for that, because I promised that for the 200 milestone, and I have not had the time to do it. But I think with this, I want to try and do that with the charity live stream, and even then, I want to try and actually get some collabs going. Would help if I wasn't such a nervous Nelly and talking to people. I still got to work on that, but I do intend to do collabs in the future. Hopefully, starting with Cards Against Humanity, hopefully for the charity live stream that hopefully will be coming on May 1st, because this week is going to be super busy. I didn't even realize that PAX East has happened this weekend, and people are going to be focusing mainly on that, so it only makes, and I'm sure people want to see like live streams and such, so I'm kind of backing off on this weekend and moving the stream to May 1st. So keep an eye out for that, and thank you again for the question. And with that, that was the last two questions in the Q&A. But that's okay because we have an endless supply right here with Miitomo. Let's see if I can show this off to the webcam here. See, there's my little Miitomo. Isn't she cute? But let's see if we can't get some questions out of her.
What's something you used to hate but slowly grew to like?
Okay, what's something I used to hate but slowly grew to like? Good question, Miitomo. Well, Well, originally, I guess I could say, like, I don't know if I should go with games or should I go with real life, because in real life, probably the big thing that I wasn't very fond of as a kid was chicken parmesan. I was not fond of that dish at all as a kid, but then when I went to visit my great uncle upstate, he prepared it for us, and because there was nothing else that we could eat, we had it and we enjoyed it, and now that's a big dish that I really enjoy, and I actually do make it for my mother for Mother's Day, because that was a little thing I had done to prepare. The first meal I ever made for her was chicken parm, and so that's kind of become a staple of our Mother's Day thing, so that's kind of a neat little thing. As terms of games that I've used to hate but slowly grew to like, well, I'm trying to think, because most games I'm pretty chill about. I don't really have any games that I absolutely hate, other than what I mentioned probably in my last Q&A from Final Fantasia. I probably should try that again, but there's not really a game where I absolutely hate and kind of grew to like over time. That's the weird thing. Maybe actually, yeah, I'm trying to think, but I don't really know if there's a particular game that I disliked and then ended up liking. So I might have to get back to you on that particular one, but for real life, that was probably my answer. Is that I was originally not a fan of chicken parm, and now I love it. So there you go.
Hey, what does happiness mean to you, in just a few words?
What does happiness mean to me, in just a few words? Well, probably the big thing I'd say is being able to do what you want to do, and having a good social life, having a good job. I don't know, just feeling secure in your surroundings and feeling content where you are. I'd say that's probably the closest I could say to happiness in just a few short words, even though it's not really that much of a few short words now, is it?
So, how old were you when you got your first computer?
How old was I when I got my first computer? Wow, that's a long time ago, because it's like, I was playing games probably at least up around maybe 3 or 4, because I was unusual. I kind of had a mixture of console and PC. With my younger brother, I would play on the NES, like Super Mario Brothers, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Duck Hunt, The Legend of Zelda, that kind of stuff. Castlevania 3, that's the kind of stuff I play with my brother on the NES. And then with my dad and my mom, actually, I would play PC games. Like with my dad, I played Doom, Quake, Duke Nukem 3D, and eventually Diablo. That was a big thing that we had for a long time. And then with my mom, I would play more point-and-click adventure games like The Legend of Kyrandia, The Secret of Monkey Island, it was The Secret of Monkey Island, the first one, right? King's Quest, Loom. Those were the big ones that I played with when I was younger. So I've been playing PC for a long time, and I kind of backed off from it for a while, just because for a while we didn't have a very good computer. So I was mainly sticking to the PlayStation afterwards. But lately I've been getting back into PC, and it's been awesome seeing all these games, and now with emulation I can play games that I've played on the consoles for you guys, so that's even more awesome. But I'd say maybe around 3 or 4 was when I first had my first computer. So yeah, I've been playing for a long time, and I'm probably never going to stop.
What's the first movie you ever saw at the theater?
First movie I ever saw at the theater. Oh, that was a long time ago. I don't actually think I remember the first one I saw in theaters, but I do remember the one that I remember seeing as a kid. The one that I remember the most was going to see The Lion King in theaters. Like, that was quite a cool experience, seeing that movie up on the big screen. It still kind of blows my mind that how amazing it looks even to this day. Like, Disney really does seem to do a good job with their movies, at least, during the Disney Renaissance, especially, where the big ones that were coming out during that time when I was growing up was, The Lion King, Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. Those are probably the big ones that people think of when they think Disney, and I was lucky enough to be growing up during that time when those movies were coming out, so that's probably why I love Disney so much. But yeah, that's probably the biggest movie I remember seeing in theaters as a kid was The Lion King.
What famous person do you share a birthday with?
What famous person do I share a birthday with? Oh, now I'm gonna have to Google it because I don't know. Okay, looking this up, because I'm born on May 1st, some people that are famous is Wes Anderson. He's a director. Let's see, there's an actress, Emilia Clarke. A folk hero, Calamity Jane was born May 1st. Interesting. Didn't know that. So I share a birthday with Calamity Jane. Let's see, there's also songwriter and singer Judy Collins. Let's see, I'm also sharing a birthday with Tim McGraw, Glenn Ford. Let's see, anyone else I know right off the bat here? Not really. I don't think I know any of these other people. But, yeah, there you go. I share a birthday with Glenn Ford and Calamity Jane. Kind of an interesting little bit of information there. I didn't expect that. There you go.
Be honest, what game do you think is terrible?
Be honest, what game you think is terrible? I think I covered this already, but definitely I have to say Ephemeral Fantasia. Although again, it's probably unfair. I should probably try to play that again and see if I can beat it now as opposed to back then. So there's my answer, Miitomo. I hope you're happy.
Yeah, what do you think the difference between beauty and cuteness is?
There's a difference between beauty and cuteness? Well, I guess cuteness is kind of more for little kids, I guess. Like, oh, look how cute she is. But beautiful is kind of for more mature things, like a woman? I don't know. That's a weird-ass question, Miitomo. Are you trying to start something?
What flavor popcorn do you like best?
Flavored popcorn do I like best? I don't know. I just prefer regular popcorn. I don't put a lot of stuff on my popcorn. I barely even put any butter on it. I kind of like it as it is. Very minimal butter and very minimal salt, so I'm kind of bland that way, but hey, popcorn's good, I just don't like it, like, covered in butter, especially the ones that you get at the movie theaters. They're very old tasting, just saying.
If you had entrance music, what song would it be and why?
Entrance music? What song would it be? I don't know, I kind of like the music I have for the intro of my videos. It's literally just something I found roaming through an RPG Maker site while I was working on making my own RPG Maker game. I really liked that tune, and it sounded pretty epic as you go marching in. I don't even know what the name of it is. Hang on, I gotta look up the name of what my intro song is. Okay, the song is actually called Show Them Our Will, I believe it is. Show Them Our Will. Yep, Show Them Our Will. I don't recall who it was who made it, though, so... But it's a fun little song I like to use, but... There you go. That's my answer for that. I guess that would be my entrance music. But if it wasn't that, if I didn't choose that for an intro and copyright thing wasn't a big issue, I think the song I would kind of pick would be Storytime by Nightwish. I kind of like that one just because of all the strange things that they talk about in that song. And it's like, if I could find a really good animator, I could probably have like, or if I did animation myself, but I could see like people like putting in like different animations to the lyrics of that song, kind of based around maybe some of the games that I play. That'd be kind of cool. But I think I've got a long way to go before I can ever animate or find an awesome animator to do that for me. So for now, I'm quite happy with Show Them Our Will.
Just curious, what's the best concert you've ever been to?
The best concert I've ever been to? Well, I've only been to a few concerts in my life. Like, I don't do very much with music and concerts and such, just because it's like, I always kind of enjoy the soundtrack a little bit more, just because then I can actually hear it over the screaming fans and such. But probably the best concert that I've been to is actually some years ago, at Bethel Woods, if you know that particular theater. I went there with my family and we saw REO Speedwagon and Pat Benatar, and that was a really awesome performance. Like, they sound absolutely great. Well, REO Speedwagon, Pat Benatar had some issues with her audio, but it was really well done with those guys. They sound almost exactly the same as they did when they recorded their CDs. It's kind of weird how their voices haven't really changed much. But that was an awesome concert. Unfortunately, it ended up screwing up my right ear. I now have tinnitus in that one ear, so it occasionally buzzes, but it was still kind of worth it because that concert was absolutely awesome. But other than that, the only other concerts I've ever been to was I went to Madison Square Garden and saw Elton John. That was pretty cool. And then I went to a tribute concert for Queen because I'm a big fan of Queen, and that was kind of cool too. The guy actually did look and sound a lot like Freddie Mercury, although nobody can pass Freddie Mercury, I'm just saying, but he did a pretty good job. So, but still, REO Speedwagon and Pat Benatar, that has to be the best concert I've been to.
So, what's a movie you've fallen asleep watching?
Believe it or not, I've never fallen asleep watching a movie. I usually sit through the whole thing. But yeah, I've never fallen asleep during a movie. I've gotten close. Like, I know my second drive-in experience. I've only ever been to 2 drive-in theaters in my life. The first one, I went to see the original Air Bud. That was really cool. But the second one was Pokemon the Movie 2000. The second one, I believe, with Lugia. And my parents fell asleep in the car. My brother and I did, but it was late, because we were young and it was late, so we were getting tired, but we didn't actually fall asleep. But yeah, that's probably the closest, because I've never actually fallen asleep during a movie. I guess I'm fortunate or unfortunate, depending on the movie you're watching, I guess.
So, what do you find completely unacceptable?
Completely unacceptable, eh? Bullying. Definitely bullying. Like, that is just absolutely unacceptable, to be treating people badly because of differing opinions or beliefs or what have you. It's not cool to bully people. It's not cool to treat people badly just because they don't agree with you or something like that. That I just cannot stand is bullying. Absolutely not. And I've been bullied as a kid, and it's not fun, and I would never want to do that to anybody. So, definitely have to say bullying is absolutely unacceptable in my book. Period.
Yeah, if you could combine any 2 animals into the perfect pet, which 2 would you choose?
Combine 2 animals into the perfect pet. Good question. Not quite sure about that. Well, really, if I wanted a perfect pet, I would just get a freaking dragon, but that's never gonna happen. Or a unicorn. Unicorn would be kind of cool too, so. By that logic, I could combine a horse and a narwhal and make a unicorn, so. Or I could combine a lizard and a bird into a dragon. Or I could combine an eagle and a lion into a griffin. I don't know. Kind of a weird question there, because it's like I could combine these two animals and create into mythical creatures, because that's what I would like as a mythical kind of creature for a pet, but I don't know. I don't know.
What kind of lessons did you learn when you were little?
What kind of lessons did I learn when I was little? Besides the usual, like, look both ways across the street, say please and thank you and you're welcome. Hold the door open for people. Basic, common courtesy and manners. Treat people how you want to be treated. That kind of stuff. Because that's what I was taught as a kid. I don't know what else to say. I was taught to respect people, to be courteous and polite, be cautious of my surroundings. The typical stuff that you should teach your kids. That's what I was taught growing up. I don't know, maybe I'm unusual, but that was what I was taught as a kid. Okay, last question, because we've been going on for a while now. Let's see what we got for our last question. Give us a go, Miitomo.
Yeah, what's the best dish you can cook?
Wow, that was very anticlimactic, Miitomo. Thanks. But, best dish I can cook? Again, I would have to say the chicken parm, just because it's actually fairly easy. It's a bit messy, obviously, but it's very easy to prepare, and everybody seems to really enjoy it in the household. Definitely gotta say that, because otherwise, I don't know, we make pretty good stuffed mushrooms. Those are pretty good, but I'm gonna say the chicken parm. Hands down. Okay, this one's the last one, because the second to last one wasn't very good. So come on, Miitomo, give us a good one.
Okay, what would be your ideal way to spend your retirement?
Not a good question. Third time's the charm. Come on, Miitomo.
How do you treat yourself from time to time?
Really? That's the question we're ending on? How I treat myself from time to time? Have you not met me? I don't really treat myself, that's the thing. Maybe if I feel like I need it, I'll just grab some kind of chocolate or something, or I'll get a cute dragon plushie if I see one. I don't know. I really don't treat myself. I'm kind of one of those people where it's like, I don't feel like getting pampered. I don't really care for that kind of lifestyle. Like, it's nice to get compliments, it's nice to feel, you're wanted, but treating myself, I really don't do that. It's kind of weird. I don't feel like I deserve that, if that makes any bit of sense. I don't always feel like I deserve to get pampered or treat myself. I always feel like I need to do something for other people. I don't really focus on myself all that much. It's just why it kind of bugs me whenever I do act in that way, so I guess that's my answer. Okay, well, that was a strange and interesting Q&A session, complete with very bizarre questions. Thank you, Miitomo, for that. Some of them I'm not sure if I really care for, but they're actually pretty good conversation starters, I'd say. But it was kind of interesting to do that. Thank you again for the few questions I did get from subscribers. Thank you again for over 300 subscribers. Like I said earlier, the charity live stream will be happening next Sunday on my birthday, May 1st, hopefully. Things have been known to change before, but I'm going to try and get to that particular date. Because I know a lot of people are probably going to be looking at stuff for PAX East this week, so there's probably a good reason for me not to do it this week, because I'll probably not get a lot of attention anyway. So we'll try for next Sunday. If you have any other questions you'd like to have me answer, put them in the comments below. Any games that you're interested in seeing, put them down in the comments below. And thank you again for over 300 subs. This is an amazing milestone, and you guys, I can't thank you guys enough for sticking by me through good and bad through this whole thing. So for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell. I don't know, Miitomo, do you have anything to say at the end of this? You probably don't, because I have to skip through this dialogue. And anything to say?
So, what was your favorite game as a kid?
That doesn't help me! But my favorite game as a kid was Spyro the Dragon. Bye-bye!